Hello.
I'm here to pick up a pizza and wings for Tiger Talk.
And you should be getting pizza and wings every time you watch Tiger Talk from Krause's Pizza. Just call Krause's Pizza. Mention our name Tiger Talk. And if you collect 10 box tops, they'll give you $1 off their pizza when you mention Tiger Talk. Where are we getting pizza?
Krause's Pizza.
Haha, Tiger Talk. What's the best wings?
Krause's Wings.
Krause's Wings. Best wings?
Krause's Wings.
Wing it up, boys. Wing it up. Even Krause's is all the way Tigers. It should say all the way Tiger Talk. Welcome to episode 15 of Tiger Rants. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's called Tiger Talk. But tonight, it might be Tiger Rant, because I've got some rants. I'm already started. But I guess we got to introduce our guests, although I don't know why we have guests tonight, because I could just rant the whole time. But Becca, please introduce our guests.
I'm actually very excited because we have 2 new guests this week, and it's 2 really good players, and they're just really fun to watch. So introduce yourself, tell your name, number, and task unit.
My name's Ryan Page, number 16, and I'm from Task Unit High.
I'm Braylyn Toles, number 21, Task Unit Miller.
So we've got offense and defense today. Yes.
Perfect. And both of you had great games. Each of you tell me your favorite play that you made.
You go first.
My favorite play, probably, it's hard to do. I had to think of a certain favorite play because the whole game was my favorite. So
The defense played lights out.
yeah. If I had to choose, it wasn't really mine.
And you do have to choose. That's the.
It doesn't have to be yours, but
got it.
yeah.
Or maybe
Alright.
pick a play that you like.
Yeah.
We'll start there.
My favorite play was when my other safety, Dier, he made a really good goal line stop and got the offense back the ball. And I'm pretty sure we drove down and
You scored after that. Yeah, I think you did too.
My favorite play was probably my first touchdown because I feel like you got like the crowd going and the momentum going. So
Is that when you ran around and you had you were wide
yeah, it
open?
was wide open.
He was wide open. I was like, I know what number that is. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very exciting touchdown pass, and it was a great moment at the game. Coach, what do you think was the turning point in that game? What play would you point to?
I mean, I think the 99-yard drive was.
I know. How cool was that?
Yeah, that was the point where we really started to distance ourselves from Big Walnut. Big Walnut was a good team. They had some really good players. I thought 10 played really well. Let's see. I think 7 was as good as advertised, running back. And they were physical up front on defense, and it was a windy night, and that was affecting the ball, and they really loaded the box, and so it was I thought they had a great game plan and played hard, and our kids answered the bell and played hard also like they typically do, and made some plays in the passing game when we needed it, like the 2 touchdowns Braylyn had, and Ardo Banks had a touchdown also. But I thought it was a 99-yard drive. That's
really certainly a record-setting drive, which was very exciting. I saw a lot of people say that we started slow, and that sort of annoyed me because they ran the touchdown, they run the kickoff back for a touchdown. I don't think we started slow. I mean, we might have started slow in the St. Ed's game or whatever. I thought we just had 2 bad plays right off the bat. But what do you think? Do you think we started slow?
I mean, I think I would tend to agree with you. I don't know that. I mean, we started slow, but what does that really mean?
Right.
I mean,
I think you got to go to the end of the first quarter and 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, they returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown, which is really bad. We had to do a better job covering kickoffs. And then did we have a 3 and out after that, or
3 and out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. What does start slow really mean? I mean, we weren't making enough plays. We made some mistakes early, but I thought we settled in and played really good football.
I have a question for Ryan. Like, okay, so I'm a runner, and I believe in all this, like, mental toughness and everything. How hard is it when you're playing hard, you're playing through the whistle, to the whistle or whatever, and you feel like the refs just keep throwing penalties, and you, like, feel like you're just playing? Like, how hard is it to keep your mind in the game, keep reading your keys, and doing what you're supposed to do? Like, what do you have to do to make sure, like, you keep yourself and your teammates? Because, like, you have an important position.
Yeah. I just really, like, take a deep breath in the moment, really just, like, take it in, and just keep trying to play on. Like, you can't really dwell on it forever. So if you just keep moving on, eventually they'll just stop.
And they did stop them, because it was like you're 3rd and long, and then they'd be like, throw the flag, and then they get the first down. I'm like, man, that's pretty amazing. I thought the defense won that game, because I would have mentally had a hard time like doing that, So that was really cool to watch. Just see you guys just keep chipping,
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
That's the name of the game. Just keep playing, keep swinging.
Yeah.
We can't worry about the things that we don't control.
Right.
And the penalties were, I don't want to every week complain about the refs. I didn't think they were as horrible as we've seen. But why did we get the penalty when Will Trell ran 79 yards?
It was a sideline penalty. We'd already had a sideline warning on the opening kickoff, and then on that play we had a sideline penalty, which is a personal foul, I guess B. And all I can say is, when Will Trell breaks out, I'm looking down the line to make sure that nobody's stepping out, and we have to stay behind this brown line, which is a good distance away from the edge of the field over at Arlen, and everybody's back. There's nobody across the line. I do see a shadow, kind of like a little bit over the line, but nowhere where you would feel like, yeah, you need to throw a flag on that person. So there was somebody that was slightly over the brown line, but I thought that was. I'm really not allowed to say what I feel about that. But,
no, right. And we'll see.
But that's what I observed on that play.
Right before that, there was a penalty when they didn't know who to give the ball to, and I felt like we were trying to explain to them, hey, it's our ball, and they didn't even know who to call, and then they penalized us for being right. Is that what happened?
We intercepted the ball.
Yeah, so that was, yeah. There's a lot of back and forth there, and I think they were not saying whose ball it was.
Right.
And our defense is on the field, and so one of our coaches runs up to me and he's like, Coach, the defense is on the field. And I say, I know the defense is on the field. They haven't signaled whether or not it's our ball or not. Right. And it was that exchange that the person in stripes took offense to. I think we weren't even saying anything to him. I think it was just too loud and big of a moment.
Oh, he hasn't been to a Massillon game if he thought that was too loud.
But that's what actually happened.
Hey, so can I demonstrate how the guys were for the rest of the night? This is Braylyn Toles when they're like against the wall where like the fans can touch them. They're like, everybody's backs against the wall. So the kids are like standing there.
The guys are leaning against
swing.
the gate. Everybody's trying to stay back as best they could. There's not much room there.
They're on the cold.
At Arlen Field. And so it's I think it's probably a great venue to watch a game, but it's not a great venue to play a game in terms of the amount of space you have on the sidelines, which is good for the fans, but it's not good for us. This week at Byers with the track there, we're gonna have plenty of space,
Yeah, I always liked
Looking forward to that.
Firefield. That's a good stadium. So one of my rants tonight is about when they stream games from Mansfield. Spectrum should be embarrassed that is their internet speed. Like, they're an internet company. They have one job, and every year at Mansfield that stream goes down. Now, first of all, of course, people should be at the game, and I realize that's the first thing. But some of us live in Florida, Oklahoma, California. Tiger
Sitting in
fans
a
are
hot tub.
everywhere. If you're
Sitting
going
in
to
a
charge people for a service, you provide the service. I got my money back. I missed half of the first quarter because their thing went down, but it happens every year. Fix it or go with another company. I mean,
Or don't pay
it's embarrassing and it's annoying.
We'll tell
Rant
them.
number one.
I agree 110%, Scott.
Did you turn on Stark Media?
Well, I was afraid because I wasn't doing anything. Because I thought it was going to come back in and...
When Spectrum does the game, they're the only ones that are allowed to do the game, other than
But they're on the radio. Yeah.
But
Got
as
to
far
turn
as
on the
video.
radio.
Right.
My mom turned on the radio because she was watching live too. So she turned on the radio and listened to them until it came back on. So yay,
But
Mom.
I was hoping, I actually did look. I was just about to go to Stark Media, and it popped in, and then I just missed that drive. It was 9-7 at that point.
So if it freezes this week, everybody go to Twitter, go to Facebook, go to Stark Media, because they actually do a really nice job. I actually listened to some of it. I thought it was really good. I think they just give a good play-by-play. It's a good job.
Yeah, had I known it was going to be that long, I would have jumped in. But I mean, you can't offer something, and it is Spectrum's fault because it happens at Mansfield every year. Just lay in a DIA. I used to work at Time Warner, is what it was called back then. You need to up your internet. Up your internet. Can you say that? Bleep me.
Up your internet. So now we're playing a Federal League team this week. 2 Stark County teams. Do you know that we were talking about this before you came in? Like, we've never played Lake before. Massillon's never played Lake ever, right?
Correct.
Ever, since the beginning.
I know. Well, they're really far away from us.
Like 20 minutes.
That's a long drive. It's hard for a team like that to schedule. So you can't expect a Stark County team to play another Stark County team because you got to go all the way a couple counties away to watch it. So that's a rough game. I understand why we've never played them before.
What are you?
Rant number 2.
Rant number 2. So, Braylon, what do you see what are you looking for at Lake? Like, what are you going to have to do as an offensive player to score on Lake?
Well, they're close, and everybody, no one really likes Massillon, so, probably gonna have a crowd, gonna be loud, so I just gotta, focus, and, if I see the ball, I gotta catch the ball.
Mm-hmm. Do they have guys that, are fast, or, you're like, okay, that number is gonna be after me, or how do you prepare with the position that you play?
Well, I kind of like going, I feel like I'm better than him, so, I just play my game, do what the coach told me to do, and then I'll be fine. But, yeah, I mean, they got a couple good players. Like he said, I practiced 24 is a good player, good safety. But I think our guys are better than their guys at the end of the day.
Braylon was on my junior high 8th grade state track team that won the state championship, so he's fast, just in case you forgot.
He's definitely fast. He's played great all year, and of course we're looking ahead, but can you tell me about catching the winning touchdown at the St. Ed's game?
Oh, yeah.
How
did you catch that? You didn't even look. Oh, my gosh.
I don't know, it's kind of it's probably the craziest moment that ever happened to me, but after I caught it, I was worrying about stopping him because I wanted to win. After the game, I had nonstop people talking to me for 2 weeks straight about that catch, but I kind of had to refocus and think about the next game.
Do you see it in your dreams?
Scott does.
Because Scott does.
I do. I definitely do.
I think I rewatched that catch once a day, so.
Oh, awesome.
Sometimes, yeah.
So what?
You have to have those moments. That's a big moment. That'll be a season moment. We're looking forward. This is going to be our toughest game and all of that, of course. But, mean, that's a moment you'll remember your whole life, and all Tiger fans will remember that catch their whole life.
So what does our defense have to do this week?
We just gotta basically just get lined up and beat the man in front of us, really. Nothing much to it.
He's confident, Scott. He's just gonna do his job and go out there and win.
Most definitely. I mean, I do think this is going to be a hard game. It always is. Plus, it's the region championship. I mean, that's really difficult for anyone. And there's what, 8 teams left, or 4?
Correct. 8.
There's 8 teams left.
8. Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely crazy.
And the
there's
fact
all
that
kind of talk. Go ahead.
Oh, the fact that we're talking about teams, I was just gonna say about the teams. So here's something interesting. Like Nate always says, or Coach Moore always says, like, you guys are like the hardest working, like you guys work, you know, almost 365. Like you guys work, the coaches are working, Stark Media's always working, you know, like people are working. But the refs, so now they're not in crews, so they're not in teams. So starting this past week, they're pulling from all different crews, right? So they pull from all different crews, so they haven't been working as a team. So really they're getting to the game, and maybe I've never worked with him before, so we don't have the same, like we don't understand what each other's doing, whereas the other crews have. So something to think about as you're watching the game too. Give the refs a little break. You know, we're not not a lot of Zebra fans out there, but just remember those aren't crews. They're not working. They're like that. Ohio High School puts them all together, right? They assign them. They put all kinds of different peoples together. So they're not really a team. They're just individuals. Can't win individually, Scott. Have to have a team.
They shouldn't be our focus. You know, they are what they are, and you know, nobody should be looking at them, interacting with them.
Except
Line up and get the yards again. We can do it. You know, I don't have anything to complain about the refs anymore because it's, you know, we don't want last year again. So they shouldn't be part of our focus this week. We just have a really, really tough game. And I love the championship. I hate not being there and see the trophy ceremony. I mean, either way, you get a trophy. And, you know, it's a big deal to be the region champs.
This is our 6th year going to the region, right?
No idea.
Is this our 6th year, Scott?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I got my 4-peat shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
I do have that's why I put this on for this week.
I didn't even know they made those.
So, I mean, I got my shirt. I'm ready to go. I wish I was there. The thing is, you want to win this one, not so the season continues, but that means I'm coming home to watch the rest of the games. So, nice. You know, I want to see one more game live, maybe even 2.
How do you guys, you know, last year was a heartbreaker, so how are you helping prepare the other guys, you know, not to focus on last year, or, you know, what are you saying to each other? What are you going to do this week to make sure that you stay focused on Lake and the game?
So last year I was a freshman, then I moved up, and I'm not gonna lie, like I was messing around during that time because I didn't think like it was that important, but like I seen them lose, and I see how really important it was and how they were all in the locker room crying. So like I know some of the players on our team now are like their last year playing that game, so like I just don't want them to like think about it because like it's a new year. This game is way different than that game.
And you think you're more focused?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he pretty much said most of it. Just gotta focus on ourselves, really. Just not worry about anyone else but ourselves, and just keep going.
Shut out the noise.
I'd like to hear from both players. What have they learned about being a Massillon Tiger this year that they didn't know last year?
You can go first.
I'd have to say how much of a family the whole team is, really. Like last year, I was a sophomore, so I was kind of like going through JV, varsity, kind of flipping through that. But now that I'm actually really in the varsity, I'm really seeing how like really compact and how much of a family we are. And yeah, that's it.
So like I realized that like it's not just in the team, like it's in the whole town. Like everybody wants us to be great, and they'll do anything for us. Like they all have our backs, and like I know like that when I go out there, like everybody's got my back no matter what I do, and anything. So yeah.
And Coach, did you get the double trouble?
Oh yeah, I did. I sure did.
No, they were out by the time you got there. I saved you one.
Yeah, Becca made sure I got the double trouble.
I just want to make that.
Is that what was in the lunch bag? Because we, for those who didn't see, Becca filmed some stuff and we put it up as a video, and it comically has double the views of a normal Tiger Talk episodes.
Because I'm funny.
What we've learned is viewers would like less of us talking and more pictures of you guys eating. But is that what was in the bag? That's when you get the subs?
No, what the parents make you guys bags that have like treats in it.
Bags.
Yeah, those are treat bags. They get the subs after the win or after the game.
So you bring the subs with you?
Yeah,
and you eat them on the bus
they're under the bus. Yeah, they're under the bus in coolers, and then they pull them out. And then everyone's like, "Get my double trouble!" Like Big Mike's running for the double trouble. They're all fighting. No plain Janes, no plain turkeys, weren't they?
Yeah.
Now everybody's getting on the bus holding their double trouble up.
That's what we were taught.
That's what they were taught. It's pretty comical, actually. And then we got to go downtown. Do you enjoy going downtown? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get to see my family and stuff after the game.
Yeah, so it's fun going downtown. Because that's the first time we've been downtown all year.
Correct.
Yeah, so that was nice.
Yeah.
So it was great. Great experience.
And so yeah, we got the double trouble. I mean, I did my rants because there's so much to be complaining about. And the last thing is, how are we doing on the playoff beard? I feel like I'm doing all right. Am I winning? Or is Coach Moore winning?
It's coming in.
You are definitely not winning.
What? What about? It's starting to fill in. It's less patchy.
This is like a beard.
It's getting better. I'm impressed.
I guess what?
Good effort, Scott. Good effort, Scott.
I need a couple more weeks, and I'm not cutting. Do you cut it or shave it at all, or you just let it out?
I just let it go.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too.
All natural, Scott.
All natural. We did forget our players of the week. Who were our players of the week last week? I think
Scouts.
Scout player of the week was Lennox Lemon, right?
Yeah, Lennox and
which is a freshman that moved up.
Who's the other one?
Ransom.
Ransom Ells.
Ransom Ells, whose brother played for you. Rager played for us, so he's kind of a legacy too. So yeah, and we got Krause's Pizza. We want to thank you, Krause's Pizza, for sponsoring us. And so Coach Moore can eat because he's hungry.
Thank you, Krause. Starving.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if we did nothing else this year, by golly, we have promoted Krause's. Thank you guys so much for making it this far and making it a great season and continuing on. I mean, this is a big game for all of us at Stark County versus Stark County, and we'll all be nervous and excited and ready to go. So, go Tigers, and let's do this thing.
Until next time, TIG.
ERS.
The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media Team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment inquiries, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.